Good morning, YouTube. I'm Bill. I'm here at Taughannock Falls here in New York State. You're not going to want to miss this episode. If you love waterfalls, if you love hiking, if you love fall killers, you're going to want to stay tuned. We'll see you on the flip side. All right, well, like always, first person here, first car in the parking lot. I think I even beat anybody working here. It's Friday morning, about 28 degrees, and I'm here at Taughannock Falls State Park. There's this awesome old staircase that comes down, and I saw the trail down there. I was assuming that this was the way down, but I guess not. But still, really cool view of Taughannock Falls. We're gonna be getting down there eventually, and gonna be telling you guys some history of the park here, so stay tuned. First off, this is a relatively small park. It's only around 750 acres, so on the smaller end of state parks that we've done here on the channel. The park was established in 1925, and originally they purchased the land. I think it was only around 40 some acres, and you know, it expanded over time, and now it's at 750. As this waterfall, you know, kept going over and pushing through here, it basically cut through and made this valley here and linked up with the Finger Lake that's right behind me. Beautiful views. The other thing, fall has come and gone. Fall foliage is over. As you can see, not many trees have leaves on them anymore, maybe a few stragglers, but the pine trees are the noticeable ones now. Another really nice look at the creek here, as well as these sheer cliffs. All right, everyone, well, we made it to Taughannock Falls. There it is. And to my surprise, it has a lot more water than I was thinking it was gonna have. And it looks like you can get within just a couple feet of this waterfall here. So there you have it, Taughannock Falls in all of its beauty. Look at that. Awesome. Taughannock Falls here. Kind of a big deal. It's 215 feet tall. Why is that such a big deal? Well, this waterfall behind me here is actually the highest single drop waterfall east of the Rockies. So if you want to see a waterfall like this, you don't need to go to Colorado or Wyoming or Idaho. Come right up to the Finger Lakes here. And there you have it, Taughannock Falls, 215 feet tall. To give that a little bit of perspective, it's actually 33 foot higher than Niagara Falls. Pretty crazy. I know videos really don't do it justice. Taughannock Falls falls into Taughannock Creek and flows all the way down to Cayuga Lake, which is one of the Finger Lakes. And all this valley here is known as Taughannock Valley. And a little fun fact about that is all these cliffs that you see around me, this is all shale. And what happens with shale, it's very easily erodible. So in the summer and the spring months, water gets in between all these cracks here. And once the wintertime comes around and that water freezes, the rocks pop and they fall down and they leave these big boulders and rock piles that you see. You can even see where some of the rocks might have fallen recently, where all these leaves are kind of moved out of the way. That could be from water too though. But little fun fact, I met a guy named Brian here. He works at the park and he told me some interesting history. They actually rappel these cliffs once a year and they close down this trail for 1 week at a time. And they knock down any loose rocks, they knock down any low-lying trees that might fall down, just to keep people safe. And Brian really wanted to let people know, not everybody realizes how much, you know, the state park system does to keep people safe, and just little known things that they do that people don't realize. So when you're out at these parks, don't take them for granted. There's people that are risking their lives, you know, keeping us safe out here, whether it's, you know, knocking down loose rocks or keeping poachers out of the park. So if you see a state park worker, maybe thank them. So there you go, Taughannock Falls. Doesn't get any cooler than this. Totally worth the 5-hour drive for me. All right, well, heading back to Cayuga Lake after leaving one of the coolest waterfalls I can say I've seen in my life. And I can say I've honestly seen probably hundreds of waterfalls, and this one is up there. Definitely one of the nicer ones on the eastern side of the United States. But really not too sure on what the plan is for the rest of this day. I do know that tonight I'm gonna head down to Ricketts Glen and hopefully get a hotel room down there. Looked like a pretty nice little town. So that's a plan, and then gonna hit up Ricketts Glen tomorrow and see some more waterfalls. I'm waiting for a time lapse to wrap up, and I kind of read a funny story last night while I was researching the place. So back in the 1800s, 1879 to be precise, a man named John Thompson opened up a hotel within this area. This was actually a pretty big tourism area back in the day as well. And he opened up this hotel, and I guess the tourism industry started to go downhill. Long story short, that's why the state bought this area to let people come in here for free. So John Thompson devised this plan to get people in the area where they were clearing a road, a carriage road back in the 1870s for traffic to come in through here. So I guess John Thompson thought it would be funny, and to get awesome publicity, he made an 8-foot tall, 700-pound giant out of, it doesn't even say what it's made of. Hopefully it's not human remains, but I guess it was mummified or petrified, and he charged a small fee. The people came from all over the area, all over probably the Northeast, maybe even Pennsylvania, to see this petrified giant that was 7 foot tall and 700 or 800 pounds. So I think it said 5,000 people paid to see this this giant. And a local university came up and they said, hey, this isn't real. Hey John, what are you doing, man? So a little funny bit of history about this place. But like I said before, tourism industry crashed out here for whatever reason, and New York ended up buying this area and making this into a state park. So there you have a little fun history for you. All right, so figured since I'm in the vicinity of one of the Finger Lakes, I don't think you can go to the Finger Lakes and not stop and see one of them. So I'm gonna take a walk down here to Cayuga Lake and see what it's all about. So give you a little history lesson on the Finger Lakes and how they are formed here as soon as I get down to the shore and maybe find a cool place to shoot it. All right guys, well, we finally made it to one of the Finger Lakes. This is one of 11 Finger Lakes here in mid-central New York, I guess you can call it. Cayuga Lake, as I said a million times, a lot of cool facts about this place. One of this being this is a glacial lake. So millions of years ago, this lake would have been covered in glaciers, hundreds of feet tall, and basically they came through this area and they carved out all this land, and it is what you see today. So if you were here a million years ago, we would have been standing inside of an ice block right now. So when that glacier came through, it actually carved this lake and this area here before it was even a lake, and this lake is 435 foot deep max. Now, if that isn't kind of mind-blowing, I don't know what is. And another kind of cool fact is this lake is one of the largest in the country, besides the Great Lakes, obviously. So Cayuga Lake is the second largest of the Finger Lakes. I believe Seneca Lake is the largest. Another kind of odd fact. I've been kind of on top of odd facts today, but there's actually a sea monster that supposedly lives in this lake called Old Greenie. People have verified seeing it for over 69 years. So maybe if we get lucky today, we'll see Old Greenie out here on Cayuga Lake. We got giants and sea monsters here in the Finger Lakes. Alrighty, well, decided to give it a shot of doing another trail today. As you can see here, still in the same parking lot that the Gorge Trail is in, but right now we're gonna do the South Rim Trail and then eventually link up with the North Rim Trail. Lots of stairs. This is already more difficult than the Gorge Trail was within the first 5 minutes. So we got a lot of stairs here, and we're gonna end up actually looping all the way around this gorge and doing a big loop. It's a little bit over 3 miles if I read the trail map right. And of course I forgot my map in the truck, so hopefully we'll be all right. I don't know how the views on this trail are of the falls down below, but just spotted it from all the way up here. You can see it way, way, way in the distance there, as well as some people hiking along the trail we did early this morning. So hopefully there's some better views of the falls the farther we get down. But I just wanted to take a second and show you what it would look like from up here in case we don't see it again. So there you have it. All right, well, this is the bridge that Brian told me about that was worth checking out. He also said that all these locks here, kind of cool. I guess couples come up here, they put their initials, names, whatever you want to call it on here. They lock it onto the fence and then they throw the key way down there. So I imagine at the bottom of this creek here there's a bunch of keys. So this is the way to the north rim here, and then we got another cool waterfall. So there you have it, crossing over the north rim here in just a second. Well, the north rim paid off a little bit more than the south rim. Actually got a really nice view of the falls from up here, as you can see. Just a bit farther down where I just was, you can actually see the boardwalk that we were at very early this morning. But here you have it, another look at one of the nicer falls on the East Coast. All right, well, see my truck in the distance, so the trail is going to be wrapping up here in just a moment. So I kind of just wanted to wrap everything up because I think this is going to be the end of the video unless something crazy happens, which I doubt it will. What an awesome park this was. Saw the biggest waterfall east of the Rockies. Learned a little bit about some crazy lore of the park, like the giant and old Greenie, or Big Greenie, or whatever his name was. We learned a little bit about Cayuga Lake being 425 foot deep and one of the largest freshwater lakes. I shouldn't say freshwater, one of the largest lakes in the United States. Saw some cool wildlife, saw pheasants, some eagles, you name it. It was an awesome day. I think I got some really cool time lapses, and I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me. I think we did about six or 7 miles today. For being early November, I thought I was going to run into a lot more people, but there were people, don't get me wrong, but it didn't take away from anything I did today. It wasn't overpopulated or anything. So I had the waterfall all to myself this morning. So yeah, I cannot complain at all. Perfect weather. It's probably around 50 degrees now. Started out cold, but warmed up.